audio, everyone. Velocity here, back in action for more. Great Ace Attorney. Ooh, Resolve. Attraction. That's right, we're playing through the final case in which we have to do our resolving as Renosuke Naruto. And for all the resolving that we have, I'm not quite sure we have exactly what to resolve with. Because I kind of bluffed the last moment, but I did get the correct person I need to get. Suffice to say, when I present the relevant piece of evidence, I imagine you'll realize what you've done. Very well then, counsel. Go ahead. Reveals this alleged inconsistency in something the prosecutor, Osagi said. So, what's this?
Take that!
Huh? This. It's a trunk that belonged to Inspector Grayson. A metal construction it is, it? Certainly very heavy. What's this? A blood stain. A relatively fresh one, too. What? You mean that ain't grease on the boss's fish and chips? Fresh blood on the Inspector's trunk. That suggests that the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed. That can't be. There was no mention of any trunk in Scotland Yard's report. Yes, there's a reason for that. Immediately after the inspector's body was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it. But I found it, me, with me nose for trouble. Which means that nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, we're talking about somebody who was present when the victim was killed. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma. Because of the time, he was making his way to the steamship dock, the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. My question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? You know the man went on a trip to France. Where else would he have put his passport?
Objection!
But you knew it was a metal trunk. Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On the 31st of October, where exactly were you? At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Cruise. Is that the answer you're looking for, Renosuke? Kazuma? What did you... I considered the possibility before, but... if Kazuma was on there on the ship, then it only had been for one purpose. Oh no, Mr. Naruto! Surely you don't think... Come on, Renosuke. You know the rules. The only thing that really talks to the court is hard evidence. As I understand it, Inspector Grayson always took that case with him when he traveled. So as it stands, you've proven nothing. Kazuma, are you challenging me to prove it? Beyond all reasonable doubt? That you were there that day? The same place as the inspector? He was there with Grayson. There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that Trunk could tell us. Can't be sure at this point. I'll need to verify it. Okay, I thought I did verify it. Because it's very clearly there. In this little spot. Okay, so it did. Cool. Alright. that should, well, let's reopen it. Yes, yes, yes. Looking inside, looking inside. It's clearly this. It looks like, oh my god! I'm thinking it works differently. Open it. Open sesame. Alright, we need to hold it and then move upward to make sure we have this. Yeah, it's there. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right. The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nevertheless, we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found. Okay. Right here, actually. Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind. Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged. Whoever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force. Wonder how it happened. Okay, it's that. This is your proof? What do you say to that, Prosecutor Osagi? Personally, I think tying the defense's counsel to the inspector's trunk and tossing into the sea would be more helpful. What? At least that way London's courtroom will be safe from his destructive accusations. I think that was a rather long-winded way of telling you that you're wrong, Mr. Naruto. Very well, then let us see if you sink or swim under the weight of this penalty, Consul. Ah! Mr. Naruto, you don't allow yourself to be drowned at sea yet. I was hoping never to let that happen, funnily enough. Okay, so I didn't get it right. So we had to prep it. We have to go here and open it proper. Okay. It's clearly right here. I'm gonna make sure it's a piece of metal. See that? There's something stuck in the side. It's glistening. It looks like a fragment of metal of some sort. Okay, so there we go.
Got it.
There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk there. Like the tip of a blade. A blade? Kazuma, slung around your waist as ever today, is the steam blade a Kuruma? Of course it is. Won't you draw it here in this courtroom for all to see? Exercise caution, my learned friend. That man is the son of London's most notorious killer. Bailiff, watch Prosecutor Osagi like a hawk. That won't be necessary. Oh, it is. It's got... Oh no! The tip is broken? Oh! The fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword. The question of who was there with Inspector Grayson will be answered. Agreed, Kazuma Osagi? Expertly done, Renosuke. That's a point to you. Well deserved. Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Osagi? Yes, the 31st of October. I accompany Inspector Grayson to Dunkirk in order to carry out a mission. So the additional person authorized to travel? was me. And the mission was the assassination of the Mark. What? What? You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? You're following the Reaper's orders to dispatch Judge Jinkaku? Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I have killed no one. Explain. I accepted the assassination mission, yes. And I accompanied Grayson to Dunkirk. But I never had any intention of carrying out the plan. You were never going to do it? You could believe Kazuma-sama. I'm sure. After all, Judge Jingoku arrived safely in London the following day. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Grayson. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the channel to Dunkirk. Then we boarded the SS Cruise and made for a cabin deck, as indicated in the plan. You went to Judge Jingoku's cabin? Exactly. He wasn't there, though. He decided to wait, but you already told us he had no intention of going through with it anyway. I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. I left Grayson and disembarked the ship. Spent that night on a boarding house in the town. Returned to England the following morning. A boarding house? In Dunkirk? My signature will be in the register book. It would be simple enough to verify. Then what became of Jingoku? Grayson was no assassin, so the Mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that. Grayson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with the Reaper in the room on Fresno Street to report the failure, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger and end his wretched agent's life. That's the real truth behind Inspector Grayson's murder.
Objection!
But if you did nothing as you claim, how did the tip of your sword come to be lodged in the Inspector's trunk? Don't need to answer that. The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade is irrelevant to the case. And accordingly, I choose to exercise my right to silence on that matter. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence. As you wish, my lord. Oh, dang. We must take immediate action now to verify whether Shinshiro Jingoku remains unharmed. What? Remains unharmed? I agree. That should be our first priority. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday. How did you... When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise. You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jingoku may have been killed? He has more than one assassin at his disposal. And he has the power and influence to give orders from the inside of a prison cell. Isn't that right, Lord Van Zeeks? If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. Order! Order in court! Order! We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes. Now? Guests of the synopsis will have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. The man can't be located within half an hour. We will have to assume the worst. Oh no! Not Judge Jingoku. No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man. You're only just a ride in the country. Except, that is, for the Reaper, wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago. I would have to agree. Mr. Naruto, for the defense's sake. My lord! Sincerely hope we all successful. Though unable to confirm Mr. Jingoku's healthy existence, the next 30 minutes you'll face grave difficulties. What is adjourned for 30 minutes? Just kind of waiting. Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare. I don't believe it either. On the other hand, this man is in the habit of making up stories. I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. Something awful has happened to Judge Jingoku. I feel as though things will only spiral further and further, out of control. I felt for the moment I stepped in the courthouse this morning. Strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. On the worst case, I only have 30 minutes left. Fortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we could do but wait now. Out of options. Actually, there may be one last hand we could play. Or rather, one last ear? Of course! The little Mr. Schlome's doll that Iris gave us. For some reason, you completely run out of options in the trial today. Then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can. Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Hurley's ears or not? What if we leave it? Or you can pull it. What if we leave it? This is one of Iris's inventions. There's no telling what might happen. For all I know, it could cause a huge explosion. I'm not sure you should be thinking like that, Mr. Naruto. Compared to the trial ending immediately after this recess, a huge explosion might be preferable. I'm not sure you should be thinking like that, Mr. Sato. I suppose you're right. If there was ever a time for taking a risk, it's now. Here goes then. I'm gonna do it. Good luck, Mr. Naruto. No looking back. Heave! Oh! That scream! Sounded like Mr. Schlome's. Mr. Schlome's? Where are you? Here, my dear fellow, here! It's in the felt doll talking? Pull the ears again, Mr. Naruto, as hard as you can! Alright then, I'll pull all my strength into it! Heave! Oh. Please, my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off. Mr. Schlome's? Where are you? Myself and my trusty partner are presently in the first-class cabin of the SS Cruise. The SS Cruise? She left over last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded. We are currently docked on Dunkirk, but due to be underway again in half an hour. You've taken a ship to France? Please, even with my athletic paralysis, I would struggle to jump the trains of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cabin to the station and by train to the port in order to board this vessel in time. So you mean you already worked it out? That the steamship was where everything really took place? Mr. Nutter, though. Right, what is my name? Sherlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective. Recite to perfection. Well done. You're a genius, Mr. Sholmes. That's the only word for it. Ow, ow, ow. Mrs. Sato, gently with this genius's ears, please. Oh my, I'm ever so sorry. If I may, Sholmes? Ah, there you are, Mikitoba. You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the SS Cruise. At Scotland Yard yesterday, when we examined the notebook and I recalled the steamship ticket. Oh, but of course it was, my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. Yes, you did, didn't you? We just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now. But if you're unable to present any new leads, then I'm afraid to say... Do not fret, please. It's for precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I have no doubt we shall have welcome news for you within the half hour. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That'll be wonderful. Until later, then. Yes, you've been hearing from us if you're not in touch first. I shouldn't be hearing anything if you keep talking in my ear in that mindless fashion. What was the idea behind making a receiver operate in the way in the first place, Sholmes? Why the deuce would I know? It's not your suspicion, not mine. She knew. She knew. Whilst I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes, we have but half that now before the cruise puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigation rapidly, we shall find ourselves at Naples before long. There are times, Mikitoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So, let us begin. First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one. I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing. That crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow. Why are you running around here? Who are you? My dear fellow, do not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you? You don't recognize world-traveling great sailor, Tin Chicken, Stroganoff, when you see? Great detective? Huh, I don't think so. Do you see that, Mikitoba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine. Goodness me, is that a tattoo when it says Sholmes? I must say, whilst such adoration is flattering, naturally it does leave me a little cold. What are you talking about? Leave, now! How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe. Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact. I didn't know about this. Elementary, my dear Mikitoba. I'm sure it was. 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard the ship, you see. were looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jingoku. There's no one with this name on board. But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. Oh, you mean Easton, man? He left ship 2 hours ago. Here in Dunkirk, said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So Shishiro's realized that we're after him, has he? His cabin is the one behind you. We should like to investigate, please. No, I have orders not to even let mouses inside. Mikatoba, be a good man and draw this sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse, so that he leaves the area. Doesn't great detectives say? Even sailors have ears, both left and right. Curses! The plan is ruined. And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Shlomes. Look at it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am here, you cannot get inside. Mikatoba, I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you? Opening any lock? In a mere 5 seconds. So you'd be so kind as to afford me the equestrian time, old friend, in your typically accommodating manner. How could I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend? I need to start that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I? Good man, so the game is afoot. So we can just go examining and whatnot. Okay. Oh? This would appear to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if that thing were to ring. The whole crew would know about it. Leave it alone. No, I think not. That would never work, surely. I need to concoct another distraction. I'm thinking it's that, but it might be something else. That's the way back to the deck, but we certainly can't give up on this now. That's a speaking tube for members of the crew to communicate with one another around the ship. I could just persuade our stocky sailor friend that he needed to use it. Holmes could unlock the door whilst he was distracted. Question is, how? Oh, switch for the electric lights. That's if I were to turn off the lights. Crewman wouldn't be able to see what we were doing. Oh, what is happening? Where's light? Now, Shlomes, now! Nobody there? That's a close shave. What an act you have! Something so violently in a apparently empty quarter. You be quiet, Shlomes. I shall have to think of another approach. Oh, I love it. So he's the straight man too, Shlomes. It's supposed to be the mousetrap, I think. Perhaps I could distract the crewman's attention with this somehow. Choo-choo-choo! That sounds like Big Mouse and Trap. Choo-choo! I will bring bucket of water later and pour it out of his misery. I don't like the sound of that. In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only Japanese mice make a chew sound. He's kind of right. Oh, really, Shlomes? And pray tell, what sound do Russian mice make? PP, naturally. Though also quite unconvincing, I readily admit. So go ahead, Mikatoba. Do a PP this time. No, thank you. I'm sure I could come up with an alternative solution. Another first-class cabin, and yet its door is completely unguarded. Empty as well. I had a quick look inside earlier. Though I confess, I didn't investigate the wardrobe. There may very well be a young Japanese fellow inside, perspiring merrily. You're referring to Naruhodo. You know very well that he's currently perspiring merrily in court. Does it not strike you, though, Mikatoba? Why the man stands guard only in front of this cabin, when both are apparently vacant? Oh? So, I only have these? I guess it could be... Yeah, well, I guess we'll just try this. Here goes then. Let him be in advance. Hey, what are you doing? Well, I'd say that would be a very bad problem. What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff, report at once. Oh! Sorry, sir, nothing to report. It was just a stupid trick. No, not by me, by a world-famous... No, as I told you. Now, Slums, now. Done. Not even 5 seconds. Huh? Well, don't stand there, gawking at my brilliance, Mikatoba. In we go. Oh, yes. The 3rd of November. The SS Cruise. First class, cabin. Number 2. Oh. Good gracious. It would appear that the occupant of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly. Those clothes on the floor there. There's Shishiro's without question. Well, it seems we were just a little too late. Yes, by about 2 hours. Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may well be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here. But that burly crewman may return at any moment, Shlomes. Indeed he may, which makes this all the more thrilling. So we're off to examine everything here. My goodness. Next time, everybody, we're gonna see what's going on with this room case. Until then, though, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. Sayonara. Bye-bye.